Well, yesterday here in central Iowa, we saw some pretty active stormy weather, and that had some damage on the crops. But overall, we're still looking at a lot of dry conditions, especially in the west, western Iowa, even the states west of there. So the conditions for the crops are still going to be a major market factor moving forward. We're taking a look at the daily market summary, and I'm visiting with Garret Arndorfer of agmarket.net. Garrett, what are we seeing going on in the grains today?
It's pretty quiet today in the grains. Corn up penny 2 cents. They were down for quite a bit of the day. It kind of right away looked like it was going to be a traditional turnaround Tuesday. But here at close, we're getting real close, and it looks like we got a nice board green across the board. Soybeans just down a little bit. Getting close to that November contract. It's on your old crop contracts. Those are down a nickel, maybe just a few cents. And as you get into some of your deferred contracts, it's similar to corn, but just down about a penny, 2 cents there. Like you said, that weather, we needed the rain, especially following that heat dome they were talking about. It's nice for that crop to catch it, but man, you want that hail to stay away. And I saw some pictures. I feel bad for some farmers out there. It's not what anybody wants, but sometimes that's what we get in this late summer thunderstorms. Here up in North Dakota, we could use a rain. I think we're only at about 1/100 of an inch, and the leading into the wheat, we saw wheat kind of have a pretty nice day. All fronts seem to be in the green there. Even your spring wheat up about 10 cents. That's just following kind of a forecast. North Dakota, we're going to be about 107 degrees on Saturday. Something that we didn't want to see. That's about the highest we've seen. We got a couple 103, 102-degree days last week, and it's hot, and we could use a break from it. Just hot and windy, real dry. The spring wheat crop looks all right, but it needs that break. Chicago and Kansas City just kind of following that, along with some of that news of the war still going on. Not getting much relief there. It seems like their tension's still really high. And then, canola down a little bit, but I tell you what, yesterday we set some contracts highs in canola. And that crop is looking really good. I went down to South Dakota to some rodeos, and I saw a lot of canola on the way. It looked really good. It's hard to tell right now, but I like the way that crop is coming along.
We know as well with that weather market already made super volatile by the addition, like you mentioned, of the two wars going on right now. But if we can get those timely rains, those can really switch things around pretty quick and have the market kind of flip on its head, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're coming into some crucial times, especially like soybeans, and it's set in yield. If we can catch some rains, give that crop the moisture it needs, cool it down just a little bit. I mean, we don't need to be seeing nothing in the hundreds. Your yields could really have a turnaround. I mean, we got time. We just need the moisture and keep that tough weather away. Let's try to finish these crops out. So it is. It's only a week away. Those forecasts, the weathermen do their best job they can, but at the end of the day, they can't predict the future, and weather is very unpredictable.
Then moving on over to the livestock side of the markets, how have cattle and hogs traded today?
Yeah, cattle were mixed. Front months, coming into October, those feeder cattle futures were a little bit down, but once you get into about the November contract, it seemed like they were catching a little bit of support following yesterday's bump that they saw. Live cattle, same deal, just mixed. Your fronts are down just about 10 cents. I mean, it's nothing dramatic. And then you get into your winter months there and into the spring, and it looks like those are up about 10 cents. And hogs just continue to impress me, and I really like to see it. We got a green across the board. It seems like they've really turned around and out of that downtrend and keeping this uptrend supported.
As we move forward in the livestock markets, you kind of touched on it. It's been pretty volatile, especially in those cattle markets. And is there anything that could sway those either way here soon, or are we just kind of looking at a general typical summer market?
We're coming into some slower months here until we get into end of August. It seems like sale numbers are down a lot when you're looking at cattle for that. One thing that could really change that is seeing what your cutout values are doing. Yesterday, we finally got a little up day in those. It seemed like those just kept on getting pounded lower, and yesterday they were up higher, and it seemed like that really helped the cattle market catch a spark. If we can keep those going up. I think your cattle market could find some support from that, along with your cash markets. Those really got to find their feet there. And your feeder cattle index is still kind of struggling a little bit, just having some down days. And if we can catch some green on across the board, I think those guys in the sale barn would really like to see that, and you could see that find some support as well.
All right, Garrett, lots of great information today. For anybody who would like to get in touch with agmarket.net for more information, how can they do that?
Yeah, so feel free to go to our website, agmarket.net, or you can give us a call, 701-987-6009.
All right, Garrett, thanks again for the time as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thank you.